Hey folks, just an old set of car ramps I got right here. But the problem I got with these, even though I've had them since the 80s, is that they sink into the yard. And that's because of this open bottom. In this next video I will show how I'm going to fix that and strengthen these up. These like to twist when you're driving up on them, and I don't like it. So I'm going to improve them, and this will be the first part of the video, and I'll do more. Anyhow, this gives you a start of what they look like original. Like I said, I've had them since the 80s, and I'm going to make them many times better. Okay, we'll see you in the next video. Okay, I've done all the welding. I added a handle, and on the side you can see that's a 3/4 inch angle iron piece. It runs the full length. And I got, that's 2 inch by 1/8 inch strap right there, there, and there underneath, and right here. This supports it better this way, and these down here will keep it from sinking into the ground. Now I was just spraying rust reformer on it. But on the top here, I was using self-etching primer, and that's because it wasn't rusty up here, and this primer will embed into the metal better. But let me get this one. This one I hadn't painted yet. Turn it around. Now it did increase the weight of that booger. Now if you look down it, you see this one was done the same way. These 3/4 inch angle iron pieces, they run the full length. Maybe that's 3/16 thick. Anyhow, but anywhere I could put a weld, I put a weld on it. So I'm hoping these won't twist anymore, and these flat spots will keep from sinking into the ground. I sprayed these down with Ospo coat. It's a type of a acid that changes, supposed to change that stuff into rust into primer, and that's why I got this. I got one for each ramp. And one of these is going to cover the middle, so I need to put that somewhere, let it dry, and get the other one up here and coat it with primer, getting it ready for paint. What I think I'll do is I'll use a Rust-Oleum style. I use normally the Ace Hardware style of paints. But on here, I'm thinking on using a paint that's got grit in it for traction, and painting the rest of it that rust-proof stuff. And maybe in here, maybe plastic dip, something that's going to be tough, you know. But right now, I need to set this one up. This is how I'm primering this up. So basically, when I get done with this thing, should be good for life. But this little side brace, I mean everywhere, inside and outside, I welded it. I welded it onto that brace there, even on the inside. These spots where it turned had been previously welded, but I re-welded all that to basically make it stronger, or to make sure it just didn't fail. you know, come through here and just re-welded all that. And gives me a good footprint. Now I did add about 8 pounds to each one of these, so it did add some heft to it. So let me get to the next one and coat that with some primer and stuff. So off to the next one. Okay. With the dark background, I'll be able to show this better. I've come out here and I've painted. I first painted, I turned them upside down and painted all that on the inside. But on this little black table, you can get an idea of what I did. This is 3/4 inch angle iron pieces. That's actually made of steel. It goes from the first support all the way down to the end of the ramp. Get my camera in the right position. And there's a flat piece there, right there, and right there. And I'm hoping that will help support it, you know, when it's in the grass. I did a support from here all the way up. This was the only one I put a bolt through, I think, because I couldn't weld at the top very well, but it did weld right there and on the side and on the inside right there. I wanted to paint them good to kind of stop the rust that had been happening. And this was the stock support, and I welded it everywhere that I could, and it was on bottom that I did a weld across on this support. So that gives you an idea. You can see how flat it lays, and there's a lot more surface area to go on the bottom. This is kind of slick. I remember spinning my tires pulling up on this. So I'm going to have to do something in this area to kind of add more traction in. I might use Plastidip. I might do that. But also I took just a plain Jane handle, and I drilled 1/4-20 or 7/16 nut and bolt system and put that in. I originally wanted to weld it at first, but it's kind of thin. But this is where, you know, you can grab it and move it around easier, and you can see I did it on that one too. So yeah, you can see how I lined everything up. Even the original, this bar just kind of popped through right here, and that's all that held it in. And I welded it all around, and even on the inside and right there. I re-welded this spot where this overlapped. This was all one piece stamped out, and then this was turned under to kind of reassure that that was done upright. But it takes a couple days for this kind of paint to finish drying, and I still got to put the whatever on this area. Yeah, let me see about doing that now. Okay, I sprayed the plastic dip on what I consider an area that, you know, you'll spin going up the ramp, and I did it on the sides because that's where the tire will rub at on that. Try to add some protection into that. Now I gotta let it dry. But I was letting, the regular stuff dry too. But this is a great idea for old ramps like this to improve the safety of them and to make them work better in the yard. I've had these twist on me before and sink into the ground and have to use a winch to pull them out with, but I think I got that fixed now. So anyhow, this is a good idea, a good improvement for you guys. So hope you like this, and I hope this helps you out on your projects and all. So have a good one, and we'll catch you on the next video.